Can you speak careful? Beep, beep, boo, boo, beep, 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 boo, 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 boo. Kubuka fie, at we have class today. Ndi mukalamba ile vanompelele. Suyani. Oh, it's not funny. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much for having me and for sticking around. I did try to have Chumweka continue with me on Zambia What a Day, but I guess he doesn't love you as much as I do, So I came back for us to be able to do this and take a look at what's been making news. I was on leave, so I am quite well rested. I traveled the world. I did, actually. And I enjoyed myself. I really did enjoy myself. I saw quite a lot of this world. I'm sorry. And I cannot wait to go and leave. So I'm pretty excited about that. My name is Dingindaba Jonah Buyoya. And I'm the host of Zambia What a Day on a normal day. And what I do here is give you highlights of what's been making news. Suyani, that's one of the things that's been making news. It's not here though, but I'll sort of give you a bit of a background. You probably have come across it. It's a religious group from southern province that's going to Jerusalem. That was going to Jerusalem because they say now that their mission is now closed up. So we'll talk a bit about that. So there's a man who owns land in Barlastone, and he says that his land was taken and his life completely decimated in just the space of 8 years. Poor sanitation led to the closure of Choppies supermarket in Mansa. Dirty water continues to affect Mazabuka and surrounding areas. The residents are demanding for action from the water utility SWASCO. All right, let's get into it then. We start, first of all, with a very sad story of what you can only describe as injustice for Lusaka's Barlastone Farm Park owner, Webster Mhango, who has broken his silence on how his land was violently seized 8 years ago by alleged Patriotic Front members. He says that the attack, during which his wife was threatened with rape while defending their property, ultimately led to her death. Mr. Mhango last week reclaimed the land through a court order that saw over 20 families evicted. Says the trauma of that day has shattered his life, robbed him of his marriage, and estranged him from his children, and left him bitter at a system that allowed big people to invade without paying a single ngwe. Authorities, including the Lusaka District Commissioner, Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit, and the Council, are now seeking a lasting solution as the displaced families camp at Diana Kaimba Primary School. Let's take a look at this.
Now, because of that, I stay alone. Okay.
They took his land, they took his wife, and in his own words, they took his life. For Barlastone Park farm owner Webster Mhango, the battle to reclaim what was his began 8 years ago when alleged Patriotic Front members invaded his property. When his wife tried to intervene, they threatened to rape her. She collapsed and never recovered. Mr. Mhango says the pain of that day still burns. He cannot remarry. His children no longer live with him, and the memories haunt him.
I was just stubborn. And during the process, when I went out myself, they came to get my fruit, my guavas, wakambepo. I told you, we're going to rape and beat you up. My wife had happened. BP shot up, she collapsed. Few days taken to hospital. UTH, Lemonawasa, came back. That was it. That's why I'm single now. And from that time to now, I'm still a virgin. No appetite for anything. I can look at the before my bastoma, don't have that eager because it is so painful. It's too painful with me. It's not an easy thing, madam.
Yes, I know.
Yes. Somebody grabs your land, then he wants to rape your wife, and she dies. Because he in the bomb.
District Commissioner in company of officials from DMMU, Resettlement and the Council have toured the properties.
This government, under our President, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, he doesn't like such things. This is the reason why you have seen most of the cadres, they are crying foul to say, no, we are what. It's because he has said no to violation of any person.
Yes.
If they are found, this is the reason why you see they are crying to say we are on our own, we are what? Because he doesn't tolerate this. And this, I think what the court has done, we feel bad that some families have been thrown out, but all the same, we feel good that you have gotten your property back. But as government, we are going to see how best we engage with you. We see how best we can come to conclusion so that we agree what the way forward should be.
And the affected residents have since been addressed.
Just be neutral. If you're military, to artificial. Tizi chefe pamoja timbele pozi chefe. Tizi invert timbele mwamene bazati ya kila. Because even him, he knows that up to now, you are still pursuing to say, Bamuhango, but judging alone. He even knows. Which I said, no, Bamuhango, you are a parent. Let me first meet those people. So that Timbere Maneva Strapati will never come here. So now I come here, I find the true story to say, you are still saying, no, Bamuhango, Banaikula, Jalan, previously. Why not? Have you seen it? Bakambera for chizawa.
Last week, after a protracted legal fight, the courts finally ruled in his favor, ordering the eviction of more than 20 families from the land. But as those displaced families now sheltered at Nakaimba Primary School, authorities are working to find a lasting solution. For Mr. Muhango, however, no ruling, no order, and no official promise can restore the life he lost. Victoria Kayeye Yambani, Diamond News.
You know, this story is very sad, and I think it is also one of the things that keeps on reminding us about how terrible these land problems can be. You know, they can be really, really devastating and frustrating, and that's the reason why we need to be very sensitive with land issues and the laws that surround management of land. It's very, very important that we are very alive to these realities. And I think that's the reason why a lot of people take it so close to heart, because it can be very frustrating. First of all, land is expensive, and when you get it, just losing it to someone because they've got more power than you is one of the worst things that can happen. And I think that that's why successive government societies need to work towards ensuring that there's a rule of law, because when there's a rule of law, even the most vulnerable in society are protected, which is basically what the rule of law is designed to achieve: an equal society, which, I mean, it's not possible to have just equal people, but at least before the law, people must be equal. They may not be equal in their communities, they may not be equal in how much money they have in their bank accounts, but they should be equal when they present themselves before the law in an ideal society. So it's very unfortunate when such things happen, and 8 years is a lot of time, you know, a lot of time lost, a lot of dreams shattered, a lot of frustration within such an extended period of time. So it's very, very, very sad, such developments, and it's always that's why it's always very easy to sympathize with people who are going through such harsh times. Another group of people going through harsh times people led by a man called Ronnie Mwemba. So Ronnie Mwemba is a religious leader. I don't know what the name of the religious grouping is, but we've loosely been calling them the Kefos. Kefos because they speak a unique language called Kefo. And Ronnie Mwemba says that this language was taught to him by Suyani, who is their god. So Suyani is their god, and Suyani communicated with Ronnie that he must learn. Suyani taught Ronnie Kefo, and the instruction was that all the members must be taught this language Kefo. And this escapade started in 1993. So he was learning Kefo, and then in 1999 they started off from Mazabuka, and their journey is to Jerusalem in Israel, and they've gone as far as Ndola since 1999. And so when they reached Ndola, they've been riding on bicycles actually, and when they reached Ndola, they found the Kafur River, which they couldn't cross. So when they couldn't cross Kafur River, they, according to the district commissioner, were now settling in a tree. And the community noticed that, the community around that, and called the police, who then went to see what was going on and got these 50 people and took them to a police station for their own protection. They say that they've stopped their nomadic adventure to Jerusalem and would now need some land to settle as a group. They have learned this Kefo language. The women and children are speaking it. It's got its own alphabet, and they write in this Kefo, and people are able to read it. It's a very, very unique thing. One of the most unique things that I've ever seen. And I was asking myself, two things really. I mean, one is for someone to learn a language and teach it to other people. I kind of think it's genius. I think it's genius, like a whole language and a whole alphabet, and the people learn it and they are speaking it. I think that's, I don't know about you guys, but I think that's a really genius thing, to do. But the other thought, as a Christian, the other thought I've been having is, you see how everybody's looking at the Kefos is probably how atheists look at us as Christians. We even have a dedicated day on Sunday. Some people even more than just Sunday, to go and, we bow our heads, we pray, but we've never seen God. So that's why I was saying I don't judge them, honestly. For me, I find it really strange because I've never heard of it, right? I don't know anything about it, but I'm really not judging them. I guess they've got their own cause. The only thing I think that is a bit worrying about this group is the fact that it's a lot of ignorance. That they started off from Mazabuka, they're going to Jerusalem. That seems a bit cuckoo, because they don't have passports. How are they going to get to Jerusalem? So that seems a bit strange, right? But Christians do go to Jerusalem and they touch the wall.
I just think it's the time. They started off in 99 and they are only reaching.
Of course, that's a bit odd, but I think that this journey has not been just walking to Jerusalem. I think they've been settling, for an extended period. The objective is to reach Jerusalem, right? So it's not like, I don't think that it was an everyday journey, because if it is, then we are suggesting that every day they were walking 46 meters. So I think they would find a place, stay there, and then shift and go to a different place, because it really cannot be that they were walking 46 meters every day. They would have been found a long time ago. There's just something strange about that. So I think, plus they had bicycles. You can't ride a bicycle in 46 meters. So I think it was more like settling. And I think that's how they were discovered at Kafuo River. Like, I think they had settled for a bit and then attracted people's attention. Like, what kind of people are these and what are they doing there? Then telling the police. But what a, you know, like, you would think you've seen everything on this earth, but just here in your own Zambia, which is so unproblematic, you get to see things like this. Okay, Zambia is not so unproblematic. I mean, we failed to bury a president for 2 months. That is probably the height of problematic, if you ask me. But anyway, Choppies supermarket in Mansa district has been shut down for failing to meet sanitary regulations. The closure follows a court order that was issued by the subordinate court after the supermarket did not address nuisances as required by law and to the satisfaction of the Mansa Municipal Council. The council had earlier issued an ultimatum to the supermarket after complaints from nearby residents about effluent discharge from the premises. Let's take a look at this.
The Mansa Municipal Council has indefinitely closed the Mansa Choppies supermarket after it failed to address sewer effluent discharge into the public in Mansa's Chabalamoe area. 19 days earlier, the council had issued a 7-day ultimatum directing management to construct an additional soakaway pit, dislodge and unclog the existing septic tanks, and thoroughly disinfect the affected area. Despite the 3 prior cautions from the council, the situation remained unchanged, forcing the closure.
After the expiration of the ultimatum, we did conduct another follow-up inspection and established that they had not complied. The nuisance was not addressed. We also gave them a period to address the nuisance, and on 6th August, again, when we came back for a follow-up inspection, we discovered that the nuisance was not addressed. Then a 24 hours ultimatum was issued for them to address the nuisance, and they still did not comply. So as of today, we appeared before the subordinate court, and a court order of closure was obtained with the view that the nuisance is abated. So that's why we came here and issued the summons for them to appear in court on Monday, but we have closed the premises.
Business operations came to a halt, with workers caught by surprise, though supervisors had been aware of the warnings. It is posing a risk on us customers who buy a lot of foodstuff from the supermarket.
We can also get sick because feeding risk inside.
Local traders are now calling for swift intervention to restore normal business activity. We hope everything can be resolved. We rely on selling bread from Choppies. The supermarket authority should consider charging the use of the convenience rooms. The free access is making it worse. Anyone is walking in at any time, any point, and leaving the mess there. The case stands as a stark reminder to all businesses of the need to comply with public health and environmental regulations to avoid costly disruptions. Kalombe Kapambwe, Damo News.
Well, finally, residents of Mazabuka and surrounding areas are concerned about the ongoing supply of dirty and brown water from the utility Southern Water and Sewage Company, SWASCO. Now, they report health issues like diarrhea among children and blame broken pipes and supply interruptions for the problem. Despite SWASCO's claims that the water is safe, residents and health officials remain worried and are demanding urgent action to resolve the issue. Let's take a look at this.
Residents of Mazabuka district in Southern Province have raised serious concerns on the dirty and brown water being supplied by Southern Water and Sewage Company SWASCO. The concerned residents are calling on the utility company to urgently improve the quality of water being supplied. We are facing a serious water challenge in this area due to the presence of dirty particles in the water. This is largely because water is rarely supplied by the utility company. And this resident has appealed to SWASCO to immediately take an action and resolve the ongoing water quality issues.
So chitulomba ba SWASCO kuti babikire mano kupenze lya menda lya tulwana mazuba wonsa kutarikirapo nandi.
We appeal to SWASCO to urgently address the water issues affecting this community.
Arimwi ayinka so chitulomba kuhulumende nagwinda mu mutabi wa SWASCO kwamba kuti elipenze bakwambane kuzanganya kambo abona sometimes ngama biro alenda batimenda tazi.
In recent weeks, cases of diarrhea and vomiting have been reported in several areas, particularly among children. Many residents suspect the brown dirty water could be the cause.
Ayamenda yazwa ya doti maningi. Amana menda yazwa ya alapa maningi kuchiswa muida yala doti maningi.
The water we receive is often dirty and has been linked to the stomach pains and other health concerns. Efforts to get a comment from SWASCO were unsuccessful, as calls to the company went unanswered. Helga Chibwe, Damo News, Mazabuka District in Southern Province.
All right, those are the stories making news. Thank you so much for joining in. My name is Dingindaba Jonah Buyoya. Bye-bye.